Can 5 million take me to Canada? Before you watch this video to the end, or before you say something, please watch this video to the end, because after watching you are going to understand a lot of things that you didn't know. Now, 5 million can take you to Canada and 5 million cannot take you to Canada. Again, yes, you heard me right. Now let me break it down to you so you understand. Let's take the first scenario, how 5 million can take you to Canada. Now, let's assume that you get an admissions to study in a Canadian college or university, and when the offer letter comes, you pay your first tuition deposit, maybe 1,000 euros, maybe 500 euros, or not euros now, but dollars, because we are talking about Canada. After that, the only thing now you need is to go to the IRCC website and you start your visa application, right? And with your visa application now, you have to submit documents to IRCC for them to evaluate and see if you actually meet the requirements or you are actually able to sponsor yourself and study in Canada. And one of these documents you need is proof of funds. Now, if you get somebody to do the proof of funds for you, like give you his bank statement showing enough money in his account, then give you other supporting documents to prove relationship and equally show how he is getting this money in his account, then 5 million can take you to Canada with no stress. Okay, the reason is because after you get your visa, when you submit these documents, if they are legit and good, you are going to get your visa, right? Then now remember, you are getting your visa because somebody gave you the proof of funds documents. Now for your 5 million, it's still intact. Now all you need to do is to carry your 5 million, enter Canada, maybe look for an accommodation, pay the accommodation, you leave the remaining balance, you pay your tuition fee, and you are good to go. You are in Canada. The reason why you are in Canada is because someone did your proof of funds for you. This is scenario number one, because I posted this on my Facebook page a few days back and some people were saying some funny things internationals don't understand, and that is why I'm here to tell you. Yes, I know a lot of people need this information, but you have to be careful, guys. You have to be careful. Outside is really bad now. Yes, I want to say it this way so most of us can understand. Now, with that scenario, you can move to Canada with 5 million. But in another scenario, you cannot move to Canada with 5 million. This is the reason. One, let's assume that you have just 5 million in your account and you have an admissions to study in Canada. Now, the admissions, you need to show proof of funds, right? And with your proof of funds, remember, proof of funds to study in Canada, you need to show that you have $10,000 for living costs. You need to show that you have your entire tuition fee in your bank account. And you need to show that you have miscellaneous money to return back home after your studies is over. Now, let's do the calculation. Assuming that you are studying in a school where tuition fee is $16,000 a year. You are studying the program for 2 years. That was 16,000 times 2 is $32,000. $10,000 for your living cost money, because living cost is $10,000 according to the Canadian officials, is now going to be how much? 16 plus 16 is 32, plus $10,000 is 42, plus miscellaneous $3,000 or $4,000, let's just say $35,000, right? If you convert this money all, you are going to see that the money is going to be maybe around 14 million or 15 million CFA francs. So this money is still not enough. Now, how much is in your bank account? The money in your bank account is 5 million. So automatically you are not qualified. So this is the case where 5 million cannot take you to Canada. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you need a one-on-one with me, book it from our video description box on YouTube. And my YouTube channel name is Milton Fonkwa. Watch more videos on there, detailed videos, so you understand everything I'm saying here. And we don't have money. We are looking for cheaper options to immigrate to Europe because we cannot afford the other expensive countries. If you are one of this group of people, or if you are one of this group or one of the people asking such questions to me, then this is a video for you to watch. There is a country hiding in Europe. A lot of people don't know about this country. You can equally move to this country with your family, and proof of funds to study in this country is less than 6,000 euros. Now, what is the name of the country? The country I'm talking about is called Slovakia. And if you're looking at a cheaper country in Europe, I'm going to explain to you why Slovakia is cheap. And the very first reason is the cost of living. Cost of living in Slovakia is very low. Like housing, your rent, your food, all right, transportation, very cheap. I think with your housing, if you get like maybe 250 euros, you can get a house in Slovakia, of course, where you can be putting your head every month. This money is every month, guys. Then if you want to be feeding yourself, 100 euros is enough to carry you through the month. But again, remember that these things depends on your taste. If you are somebody who likes to maybe eat 2 bottles of groundnut oil in 3 days, or maybe you eat 10 chickens within 2 days, then just know that your own amount is going to be different. I'm just telling you based on somebody who can manage, who understand the principles of moving abroad, and who also know that the family is behind looking up to them. So with this, you can study in Slovakia. Slovakia is a very cheap country. All you need is around, I think 4 million is like 5,100 euros. You need 5,100 euros in your bank account. In another video, I'm going to tell you what you need to do with the proof of funds to study in Slovakia, and this is something you need to pay attention to, because I've been talking to a lot of international students and they are like, Milton, I don't know. But one thing you should put into consideration before applying to schools in Slovak Republic is that this country is a member of the Schengen zone, but you have to go to a country like Kenya to get the visa. The visa you are getting is not a Schengen visa. You are getting a national D-type visa. Okay, so you have to go to Kenya. You have to only go to Kenya. You cannot get it in Nigeria. Other visas can be gotten in Nigeria for Slovakia, even in Ghana, even in your countries, maybe like Cotonou, but most of the time it's visit visa, Schengen visas, maybe other short stay visas anyways. So if you want to migrate to Europe and you are looking at a country which is cheap, looking at Slovakia, Lithuania, Czech Republic, Latvia, Slovakia looks to be cheap, because remember, all these countries I mentioned, when you gain admissions into a university there or a school there, you have to first of all pay the tuition deposit before visa application. But now looking at the tuition fee in this country, they will take you at least 2,500 euros each. I think the Czech Republic has schools that can charge you 1,500, but appointment for the Czech Republic for visa application is a whole lot of problems. But looking at Slovakia, Slovakia has cheaper schools and appointment may not give you any issues. So you have to put this into consideration, guys. I can say fully that Slovakia is a cheap country. There are other cheaper countries, but if you look at the method of proof of funds and how you are going to show that you have money to support yourself while you stay in these countries, is going to be very daunting, a daunting task for you. Example, Austria, because Austria you can pay tuition fee 363 euros, but what happens to your bank statement? Bank statement, they need at least 13,000 euros in your personal bank account. So this is where it becomes very complicated. I hope this helps you. More videos are on my YouTube channel. Milton, I want to study in Austria, but I don't know the documents I need. If you want to study in Austria, first of all, like this video and share it for us if you think it is important. Thank you so much. Now, let me tell you the documents you need to study in Austria. They are not complicated. If you are going for bachelor's degree, you need just your high school documents. The high school documents you need are your WAEC certificate. For Nigerians, some people, they use what is called a WASI. Some, they use what is called a baccalaureate examination certificate. Others, they use GCE, O levels, and A levels, depending on your nationality. Now, these are the documents you need. Then maybe if you have your English proficiency, you can attach, but most schools don't ask for this. It depends on the school you are going to anyways. Then if you are going for masters, you definitely need these documents I just mentioned before, depending on your nationality, and of course, your bachelor's degree transcripts and the certificate or the attestation. These are the basic documents you need, and your English proficiency. Other schools will ask you for English proficiency, others may not. Some schools like, I think Vienna University of Economics and Business, they will even give you a document to take it to your school for them to sign the document that you actually study in English and you can speak and understand English. So you have to put this into consideration. Now, these are the basics. Let's go now to extras. Some other schools will ask you for motivation letters and CV. Okay, motivation letter is a letter to write to explain your reasons why you want to study and why you want to study in Austria, why you want to study the program and why you want to study in Austria. Others will ask you for CVs. They want to see what you have been doing before, or they want to know what you are currently doing, or the track record. They want to have your track record. Then others will ask for recommendation letters. It's somehow rare to see this, okay? So these are the basic documents you need. And now, apart of having these documents, most schools will ask you to show them only legalized copies. There are a lot of videos I did on my YouTube channel explaining how to go about the legalization. If you have not watched the videos, the name of my YouTube channel is Milton Fonkwa. Type my name on YouTube, or maybe type requirements to study in Austria and add Milton Fonkwa on the YouTube search bar, you are going to find all my videos. Now, most universities will ask you to legalize these documents, right? Authenticate them, and like the process in general to make them look legit. You have to go to your various ministries to do the legalization, then you authenticate them, or they have to do verification as well. Now, from the various ministries, you will now go to the Austrian officials or to the Austrian embassy. If you don't have it, you go to the VFS Global. Everything is found on the Austrian embassy's website, and a lot of videos on my YouTube channel to help you scale through. So please make sure you take your time and watch this video so that you do not come, Milton. If you have any other thing, I will only reply via an appointment, because I don't have enough time. I can only call you and we talk and I move on. So this is what you need. Make sure you check the university's website very well. And remember, most schools in Austria will be open. Some are open. And you equally need to pay admissions fee, application fee to some schools. They will always write this on their school website. Austrian universities are very cheap, guys. So take advantage of this video and do more research, and before you know, boom, you are in Austria with the others. A lot of people are moving from my platform. I don't know why you are still here, but anyways, there is time for everything. Just put in the work. Till we meet again in another one. Bye bye.